Marcus Green had always been proud of his son, David. Despite being born with cerebral palsy, David refused to let his disability define him. Every day, he pushed himself harder, whether it was learning adaptive sports, excelling in school, or volunteering at the local community center. His perseverance inspired everyone around him. Last summer, David won a state-level adaptive sports medal. To him, it wasn't just a medal, it was proof that hard work and courage could overcome anything. Marcus framed it on the wall in their living room, where David could see it every day. But the trouble started when the local HOA president, Richard Collins, paid them a visit. Richard was notorious for harassing residents over petty rules, grass length, mailbox colors, even where kids played. When he saw David's medal proudly displayed during a neighborhood event at Marcus's home, he sneered. "A medal for that?" he muttered loud enough for neighbors to hear. "It's charity, not achievement. He didn't really earn it." Before Marcus could react, Richard grabbed the medal off the wall and tucked it under his arm. "This shouldn't be paraded around. It's a false example for the community." David's eyes filled with tears as Marcus froze in disbelief. The room went silent, stunned by Richard's cruelty. Marcus demanded it back, but Richard smirked. "If you don't like it, take me to court." Then he walked out, leaving Marcus holding his devastated son. Marcus spent that night staring at the empty space on the wall, rage boiling in his chest. But instead of storming Richard's house, he made a different plan. The very next week, he filed a complaint not just with the HOA board, but with the State Disability Rights Commission. He gathered testimony from neighbors who had witnessed Richard's insult and theft. He even contacted the local news, who quickly picked up the story, "HOA President steals disabled boys medal." Within days, the story went viral. Outrage poured in from across the state. Parents of disabled children spoke out, athletes posted messages of support for David, and sponsors began pulling funding from any HOA events associated with Richard. The once powerful president found himself bombarded with angry phone calls, hate mail, and even petitions for his removal. Finally, at an emergency HOA meeting, Richard was forced to face the community. Cameras rolled as Marcus stood next to his son, calm and collected. "This medal isn't just metal and ribbon," Marcus said. "It represents courage, resilience, and the belief that every human being matters. You tried to take that away from my son, but all you did was show the world how small you are." The board voted unanimously to remove Richard from his position. The medal was returned in front of the entire neighborhood, along with a formal apology. David, though still shaken, smiled proudly as neighbors cheered and reporters snapped photos. What Richard had meant as humiliation had turned into a spotlight on David's strength. As Marcus carried his son home, David whispered, "Dad, I guess I earned more than just a medal." Marcus squeezed his hand and smiled. "Yes, son, you earned respect, and no one can ever take that from you."